A stalker situation. If you have never experienced a stalker situation, then you have never experienced the irrational mind, the emotional mind. A stalker situation is when someone's emotions have fully taken over every logical thought in their mind and they're out of control. Now, I've experienced that on a certain level, and I want to share that story with you because I want you to learn about, and I want to bring to light human nature and how human nature, logical thinking, can get overridden by human emotion. Oh, it can happen very easily. You can have a logical, agreed upon situation. This party sets a certain amount of rules. This party agrees to a certain amount of rules. And then all of a sudden, emotions take control. And stalk. That's what happens. And I'm going to share with you. All right. I'm going to share with you when I got stalked. One, it was a light stalk. It wasn't a seriously like criminal stalking thing. So I want to be honest. And two is I want to share, even though I never physically like stalked anyone, that mindset, those emotions almost overtook my mind. And I felt the pain on how someone gets in that irrational state and they become a stalker. First, when I was around 21 or so, I was working at a place and I started to flirt with a young security guard. She was like 20, we were about the same age. She was the security guard at the building I was working. We started flirting, you know what I mean? She saw me, and I saw her, and we were back and forth. I got her number, okay? I get her number. We start to talk. She had just got out of a relationship. Make a mental note there because stalking usually starts when someone gets out of a relationship that they're still hurt from and they haven't fully healed, in my experience. So she was just getting out of a relationship that she was hurt from, and we were talking on the phone, and I also lied, okay? That's another thing. Make a mental note. It starts it creates a bad, unhealthy environment. I said that I owned my own house. I didn't own my own house at that age. I was still living with my mother, but my mother was away from vacation. So I said, I own my own house. I was trying to play the big shot. So I invited her over, and we agreed that we were just friends and like having fun. We were young, whatever, no disrespect to either one. She got over to my house. The bottom line, we had sexual relations, okay? And then she left. Okay, and we were cool. Everything was good, etc., etc. And the next day comes. It was like we met up that Saturday night. The next day comes a Sunday, and she didn't call me. I was sleeping at about 11 a.m. I was sleeping too late, but I was young and wild. I was sleeping at about 11 a.m., and my mom had came home from her vacation, but I had nobody there. And all of a sudden, at like 11 o'clock, my mom said, "Sam, there's some girl outside." And I'm like, wait, I said, what? I said, so what? Because nobody called me. Nobody told me they were coming. She didn't call me. The girl from Saturday night, she came over, saw my mom's car, and thought that it was another girl. And she kicked my mom's car. Because then she go, oh my God, somebody just kicked my car. What's that girl doing out there? Then I run down, like, in my robe. I'm trying to, what's going on? And she just showed up without calling, without texting. And she saw another car there. She assumed I was seeing another girl and just kicked my mom's car. And all of a sudden, the situation got out of control. And I had to go out there, try to calm her down. She was in a totally rational state. And it took a few days after that of back and forth and her checking up on me. And I had to just tell her, look, this is not what I signed up for. When we spoke, we had an agreement that we were just friends. We both agreed we were just going to, see each other sexually or whatever. And we're just, as long as we're honest with each other. And I wasn't honest. I lied too. But also, she came to my house without any forewarning. The only thing I lied about was it wasn't my house. I didn't lie. I wasn't having a relationship with anybody else. And we didn't even agree to be dating or, that we had to be faithful. The whole lesson is that she was, the day before, she was a very rational person. We agreed that, look, we're just friends. We're going to have sex or whatever. And that's it. The next day, when I saw her, when she kicked my mom's car, totally irrational. Like I tried to talk to her, she was in another world. And I couldn't understand it. Now I want to be very clear. I've been rejected in life, so I'm not trying to say I'm not a Casanova or anything like that. But that was kind of like my stalking experience where I saw the mindset of how human logic goes totally out the window and emotions take control. Now, fast forward about 10, 15 years. I'm in my early 30s. I'm seeing some girl. And now I'm going to share my own embarrassing experience. I'm seeing some girl, and we're not like dedicated like boyfriend and girlfriend, but we're just friends and we're having fun with each other. And you know what I mean? She just one night, like I text her and she didn't text me back. And all of a sudden, like my mind went to, oh my God, she's having like an orgy. And I'm starting to think totally illogical. Now I think I liked her more than she liked me, but all of a sudden my emotions start taking control of me. I didn't stalk her. But then the next couple of days, that relationship just started to fade. And I would like get upset that she wouldn't text me, and I would start texting her back. I was checking her social media. Well, who's commenting on her page? Who's liking her? And then I would like circle around her neighborhood just to check in and see if I see any other cars. And I had to catch myself because I am very logical. I am very practical. And I said, wow. Like I remember pulling over the side of the road and said, Sam, what the hell are you doing? I never did anything disrespectful. I never broke any laws. I never, you know what I mean, said anything crazy. But I felt my mind totally getting controlled by illogical thoughts, by irrational thoughts, by pure emotion. That's a very important lesson in life. At any time, even the wisest of us, even the most logical, practical, when you get in an irrational, over-emotional state, it can go into stalking or it can go into anything else crazy. Be very mindful. Don't just get a college degree. Don't just get a street degree. Don't just get a spiritual understanding. Know human nature. Human nature is important to know, and how emotions can take control of the most logical person. And even though they have already agreed to a certain thing, that emotional state can bring them to a point of dangerous behavior, whether it's stalking or anything else. So, a couple of lessons learned. One is, even if two people agreed upon something, you need to have healthy boundaries. The other thing is, don't lie. You know what I mean? I learned that when I was young. I shouldn't even told her, not that it was anything serious, but I shouldn't even told her it was, I should have just told her it was my mom's house. Either way. And then the third thing is, you know what I mean? You know when you're in an uneven relationship. I knew when I was in my 30s that I liked this girl more than she liked me, but I played the game to see if I can get her to like me as much. And when she didn't, my emotions took control. And even though I never stalked, that mindset began to creep in. And my emotions took over. And I became irrational. Thank God, the Lord's grace and discipline, that I didn't do anything crazy. But the Lord allowed me to feel that pain so I can relate. So be careful out there in the relationships you have, and be careful out there with the understanding. You always have to be mindful of human nature. Because human nature and human emotion can override the most logical, wisest person in this world. Be careful, all right? Stay inspired.